Hello, I'm Divya.
And I'm here to help you as you learn to code.
Before we see what is meant by programming or coding, shall we do a small activity? I am going to give you instructions to draw something. So go on, grab your paper, grab a pencil, rub your palms, and get ready to draw. Here are the instructions. Have you finished drawing? If you had followed the instructions that I gave you, you would have drawn an image that looks like this. It's a house. Just like how I gave you instructions to draw something, we can give instructions to computers, we can give instructions to electronic devices, so we can give instructions to computers and electronic devices to do a specific task. This step-by-step instructions that we can give to computers or electronic devices to do a specific task is called a computer program or computer code. Computer programs are all around us. Here are some examples.
At home, we use the TV remote to increase or decrease the TV volume or to change channels. Here, you are giving instructions to the TV. This is also a form of computer programming. Similarly, while using the AC remote, you are programming your AC. Have you ever wondered how a phone switches on? Is a magician sitting inside the phone? No. A smartphone is working because somebody has already written all the instructions for the phone. All these instructions are inside the phone and the phone just carries out these instructions. All apps inside our devices are working because of computer programs.
Look around you and spot the things that are working because of computer programs. You will be amazed to find that our day-to-day life are dependent on many of these computer programs. We have already learned that a computer program is nothing but step-by-step instructions that we give to a computer. This means that instructions are the basic and most important building blocks in computer programming. To understand how these instructions work, I am going to show you the history of computer programming. Sit back, relax, and enjoy watching the story of programming.
Long ago, before the year 1800, science was booming. Scientists were making a lot of discoveries and inventions. All this scientific work required a lot of calculations. These calculations were done by humans. A person who teaches is called a teacher. Just like that, a person who did these calculations or computations was called a computer. Thus, humans were the first computers in the world. These human computers would get instructions from the scientists and perform different kinds of calculations. However, the scientists always dreamt of giving instructions to machines instead of humans. Because, unlike humans, machines can work without taking a break. Until that point, there were machines that could do just one type of calculation over and over again. But the machines could not get instructions to do different calculations as desired by the scientists. Same way, in the textile industry also, there were machines or looms that could stitch the same type of dresses with the same pattern over and over again. In the year 1800, a person named Henry Jacquard from the textile industry in Paris invented the Jacquard loom. By using this Jacquard loom, Henry was able to give instructions to change the patterns in the dresses made by the machines. To give instructions, Jacquard used punched cards. The threads would go through the places where there were holes in the punched card and stop in the places where there were no holes. This way, to make a different pattern, Jacquard used to give a different punched card. Dresses and materials made by jacquard looms were quite the fashion in Paris for a long time. Charles Babbage took notice of this and started using the same technology to give instructions to a machine called the analytical engine. This machine was used to do complex calculations just like the scientists wanted. They would use punch cards to tell the machines what calculations need to be done. Example: addition, multiplication, subtraction, etc. Ada Lovelace programmed the analytical engine. She is said to be the world's first programmer. She saw that this concept of punched cards can be used for a lot of things, not just mathematical calculations. Later on, for need of more speed, mechanical machines were replaced with electronic machines. Here, instead of punched cards, switches were used. Switch off was denoted by a 0 and switch on was denoted by a 1. A combination of switch off and switch on would denote an instruction. The ENIAC was the first electronic computer that was programmable by using many switches. Over the years, technology developed and all these switches have been replaced by tiny switches called transistors. There are billions of transistors present inside our devices. Any action that we do in our devices or any instruction that we give in our program is being translated to a unique pattern of switch off or switch on of these transistors. So literally anything that you do, switch on an AC, watch YouTube, type something in your keyboard or play a game, everything will cause some of the transistors to be turned off and some of the transistors to be turned on. This on and off state is called the binary language or machine language, usually represented as 1 for on and 0 for off.
Now we know that any instruction given to computers is converted to binary numbers 0 and 1 or switch off and switch on. Learning to code is definitely fun and I can't wait to get started. Are you ready?